Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel and a new video. Guys, I know there's been a few vans lately, but it is the luck of the draw for us. We just don't know what's coming, when it's coming. We get offered stuff, we look at it and we think, is there a profit in that? Is that worth us buying? Are we going to earn money out of it? And then we just strike and actually buy it. This is a nice late van. It come up, I discussed it with Chris and we decided we got to have it. So it's a Peugeot Expert. Very, very nice van. Let's actually get the reg because I don't want to get this wrong. 69 plate. So direct out of a company, lovely on the miles, about 60,000, and was involved obviously in an accident. It's punched into the back of somebody. But quite a nice thing. I am hoping that those headlights save, like lug kits maybe, because I can't see any broken shards in the bottom of them. Ah, that's a shame. That one is cracked. Someone's mooching for money.
No, mate. No money in this one, mate.
No money in it.
That's unusual for a van, isn't it?
It's a bit of an habit there. I keep running round when you talk to put the camera near you, but then I forget you.
I have, yeah. But no.
I'll go around the other side.
Nice van though, Rob.
It's lovely, isn't it? Here, Chris, do you know what I see? Honestly, every single video, what people say.
Go on.
Cool, you want to get rid of your van, keep that one.
It's a nice van to be fair, but
it's manual.
you like your auto, don't you?
Yeah.
So.
I couldn't be without that auto van now, even though probably in the real world, I'll be the first one to admit it, this is probably a better van.
Yeah, yeah.
Look how much room there is in there.
Yeah, and in the back.
And look how much room there is in the back.
Tight a bonnet in your car, in your van, isn't it? A bonnet sometimes.
Very, very tight.
Especially if you're picking a few other bits up. But
I mean, this is perfect. If you can put a little button up here for me that says drive neutral and reverse. Yeah, I just don't, because I do quite a few miles, it's lovely to have an auto, especially with the amount of cars that's on the road today. But very, very nice, Chris. Nice. It was rolled off the back of a lorry, but I was assured by the owner that it is a runner. Yeah. Of course.
That's a shame, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a shame. And do you know what?
I was just looking to see if it's a panel, but it's not,
no,
is it?
Do you know what? And I'm going to be really honest there. I'm going to show you the pictures. I didn't even see that.
Did you not?
I thought that this had just a normal hard dash, possibly of an airbag here, and it was just the steer. Oh, look.
Yeah, seatbelts. And it's
yours got.
And that's what's done the screen.
That has done the
screen. Real shame that, isn't it? So clearly no one was in the passenger seat.
No.
So
is your one locked up? Or is it all baggy?
No. Oh. It hasn't locked.
No.
But anyway.
It's all here,
Part
Chris.
and parcel of it, isn't it?
It is all here. Guys, I'm going to cut there just for a sec and run and get the jump pack. Sorry, I should have brought it out. Yeah, Chris, have a pull on that while I'm on camera. You can see how
it's a shame, isn't it?
It's all snapped.
It's a shame that the...
I was hoping that the headlights will be safe. Like a lug,
that looks good.
A lug kit.
Look, they're bolt-on extensions.
Right.
Rather than the whole landing panel, front panel. See that?
So it is.
It looks like we might have got away with that, Rob.
Is that quite a wallop though, Chris, isn't it?
Done the rads, but I think the front panel we might be lucky there.
Could
but
be
anyway,
nice.
Yeah, nice fan.
It did say bonnet jammed on this, but just then, me and Chris, I got my fingers in there and had a pull on that, and then put a bit of weight on it, pop the bonnet catch, and it opened straight up.
It may have been because of that door.
Chris had to wedge that door because it's actually... Shall I shut it?
Yeah. We do this all the time. We probably don't show it.
There you
Someone
go.
has obviously tried to.
Yeah.
But yeah, just put
go
that
like
in.
that. And then the door will pass the wing, because that wing
will go.
It's going to go again,
It's got a
isn't
little tiny bit of damage there, isn't it?
Well, if they're cheap.
No, that's
that'll
very
pop straight out.
that one, isn't it?
And the bonnet, do you know what? Shall we... Let's see if it starts first. I've got the keys in my pocket. You can...
The bonnet's only got that bit there on the frame. That's quite... What, we're going to try and start
That's a nice thing as well, Chris, about buying from an owner. Let's reiterate that.
Yeah.
2 keys.
Yeah.
Right, jump pack's on. Obviously, it's got no water in it, but...
Have you mentioned that we had this collected? You didn't do it on your truck?
I haven't. I couldn't do it on my truck, guys, because look at the size of it. It's actually probably nearly straight on the button.
Yeah.
Any warning lights?
Yeah, got a spanner on.
engine management, airbag as you would expect, charging light. Yeah, a few.
And what's the miles?
66. Nearly half a tank of diesel, always nice.
No money though, Chris.
No.
I'll shut that door. Do you want to drive it straight in? And are we going to strip it?
Yeah, we might as well go and set the tripod up, haven't we?
I'd like to get on it and get the bits for this, because
yeah, definitely. We need to make a list.
if there's no chassis leg damage, it's going to be like get the bits and bolt them on, isn't it?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
And another airbag kit for me, mate.
Yeah, it'd be an interesting one, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
But
definitely, because I ain't done one that big before.
it does look like it's just the top half, doesn't it? A bit like that DS3 you've done. It's just the top piece, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it was. Yeah, I had to remove a lot to get to it though.
That's a separate piece, isn't it?
Yeah. As soon as I put it in eBay, there'll be a picture of a dash on there for sale anyway, won't there?
Yeah. So that'd be interesting. Airbag kit. Right.
Do you want to drive it in with the bonnet up and the jump pack on it, or do you just want the bonnet shut?
Yeah, either or, doesn't matter.
Righto. Let's get it in the workshop. Have a look how bad that damage really is. So straight into it here, guys. We was planning on bringing it into the workshop, but again, it is a lovely day out there, so we cracked straight on with it outside. Chris concentrated on emptying out all the broken stuff out the back, and then he comes straight round. He's on the passenger side, I'm on the driver's side to remove that front grille. Just a load of 10 mils, and the headlights fell out. Straight on the front there, the plastic front panel, again me on the passenger side, on driver's side, Chris on the passenger side, and then straight both onto the bumper bar. It's nice and easy to work on because it is a big van, one of you each side, just cuts the job in half. On a smaller car, it's a lot harder work to do. Right guys, time for a cut-in, and just before we even move on, I'm going to clear something up that's very regularly mentioned actually. Guys, why are you working outside when you've got a workshop there with a ramp in it? Number one, I think would be fair to say, is the sun's out and it's nice, because it seems like a long time since we had a nice bit of weather. And the other thing is as well, we both have actually talked about, is you get much more better quality video out here, right Chris? It's
the light,
yeah.
The you can see a lot clearer on the video. Well, we think you can.
Yeah.
Natural light over artificial light.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
it does improve that.
So a lot of damage on this one.
Yeah, lots of plastic, Rob. Lot of plastic. Do you want to run through it in the back?
Yeah, definitely, and then I'll come back to the front.
I'll,
So far, I was hoping that we was going to actually save one of these headlights, but unfortunately we're not. That one is cracked, and then on the driver's side one, let's just spin it over. It's knackered anyway. You can see it's got great big holes in it, so that's toast as well. So it wants a pair of headlights. Unfortunately, the airbox, only the bottom half of it, so hasn't actually damaged the top, which should be okay, but the bottom half of it is again toast. That's actually gone back and smacked into the battery. The front panels hit that, and the back of it's hit the battery, because the battery had actually popped out. We've put it back in. Front crash bar, as you would expect, is absolutely toast. The front panel is made up of actually a lot of different pieces, and it was a bit of a difficult one to work out. It actually separates this grille, getting it to separate from that front panel. This inside of the grille here doesn't actually, you can see it all unbolts, but Prasco do sell the grille, and that comes with it. Maybe that doesn't come with it, you have to buy that separate. Maybe with a second-hand one you can just buy that and then buy the grille as well. But yeah, so far a lot of parts, but we did expect it. It has had a bit of a slap in the front, hasn't it, this one? Rad pack, again, all of that is no good. That fan might be alright once it's, no, that's broke as well, that's knackered. And now we're looking down here, mate.
Yeah, I think we found why the charging light was on, battery light was on. Looks like the old alternators took a fair old whack there, doesn't it?
Yeah. So
that was probably why we had a battery light on.
We would always recommend, when you're buying a salvage vehicle, you are buying the unknown. You just don't know.
Yeah, you just look at everything worst way, don't you?
You do, yeah, and think, well, I've got to allow for that, I've got to allow for that.
I mean, unrelated to this vehicle, but even when we get offered things with keys missing,
yeah,
we go worst way. Oh, that possibly needs an engine.
An engine, yeah.
And if you factor that in, You shouldn't fall out of bed too much, should you?
No. But these caps, Chris, they both look bent, don't they?
Yeah,
obviously that one's bent down.
I think in a minute, really. There's a couple of pipes to remove here. That's toast, that pipe as well.
Yeah.
Looks like we've got to buy the whole thing for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we put it in the workshop once we've got all this stripped, and I'll have a go at repairing those end caps now.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know if you heard me on. They're not boring.
No.
So should be quite repairable, but it'd be nice to know for sure, wouldn't it?
I said that rad carrier earlier was toast.
It probably isn't, because
I don't think it is, no.
It'll take the shape.
Once that's bent out of the way, so that's maybe something we've saved there, but we are going to continue on and just get all of the damaged parts off. And like Chris said, like, we don't want to bring it in the workshop as well with any fluids or anything leaking out. We've got a tray there. We don't want it all over the workshop floor. We always try to catch everything. But anyway, let's carry on and get all the rest of these damaged parts off. Here Chris is pulling on those bent up aircon pipes. They're a bit of a nightmare to actually get off when they're bent, and I'm concentrating on this front driver's side wing. Load of 10 mils again, one star drive right at the top, and you can see I actually had to bend the wing out to get to those two bottom 10 mil bolts where it was squashed in quite far. Well, there we go. All of the damaged parts are now removed. It's a shame Chris has got it here, but that alternator, it's actually the plug on the end of it is broken off. So yeah, that obviously went on that way, and that is broken off. I don't know if we can buy that end piece. I'm not entirely sure. It does unbolt, but if it doesn't, it is going to be a case of getting an alternator for it. So a little bit of a shame there, but it doesn't look like anything else here is actually being touched or broken. It is just where it's hit them aircon pipes and done that plug on the end of the alternator there. We're going to get a couple of caps in here in a minute, so that there obviously no dirt or grime or moisture can get inside there. But overall, that is the damage removed. We're not going to remove the bonnet at the moment, and we're not sure whether we're going to save that, because it is only a bit of damage there, but it is quite a nasty dent on the top. I'm sure Chris will do his best to actually repair that if he can. If he can save it, guys, we're going to save it. I have priced up quite a few bits as well. Sorry, Chris is in the background there pulling out the dozer.
Yep.
And he actually said, Rob, I'd really like to just, in this video, get these caps straightened out, make sure he can save them, so that once the bits turn up, we can start bolting it back together. I have priced up a few bits, and surprisingly, like the front panel that goes here, Prasco, it's available, and it was just over the, was it just under 50?
I think it was about £54, Rob.
£54, so that is plus VAT. The headlights were quite trumpy on there, and as you know, we are going to need a pair, so I'll probably look elsewhere. And the airbag kit is very, very expensive. I just had a quick flick through, only through eBay, and they're like, I'm sure it was 1,400 quid, but I think Airbag Team have got one for 12.75, and we might even get a little bit of a discount on that. But Chris was right, it is half dash, so that's the top half, but you've probably got to remove, well, you can see you have, you've got to remove the bottom half to, of course, get to all the bolts. So very similar to that C3. So far so good. And I actually remember you saying that halfway through. That was nice to strip down.
Easy, yeah, easy.
There was a lot of room there, and
mind you, we mustn't say things are easy, Rob. We get told off. But
no, what I mean is,
compared to some vehicles, yeah, very straightforward, wasn't it? Because we've not worked on one of these, either of us, have we?
No, there was a lot of 10 mils
so,
there, wasn't there?
Yeah, quite straightforward, and because everything's plastic, there is a lot to replace, which means it's expensive. But from a repair point of view, it's very straightforward, isn't it?
Yeah. So we'll let you get the dozer out, mate, and I might chuck a charger on this actually, because the battery was dead, wasn't it?
Yeah, I don't know if it'll run with the intercooler removed.
It's got 2 chances.
But it's easy to pop it back on, isn't it? But
yeah,
I took it off because it aids repairing this. It
yeah,
gives
definitely.
A bit of room around it to dress
Well,
it
I'll chuck
out.
the jump pack on it and see if it fires up. We want anything that's in there to fall straight into that tray anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's give it a go.
So when buying a vehicle for the first time, we will always run a CarVertical check on it. And this one is very, very interesting because it comes with pictures, which is really nice. They don't all come with pictures. It's only if it's been listed for sale or it's been in an auction, etc, etc. So Peugeot Expert, mileage okay, theft okay, accidents, he did say to us it's a category S, Rob, so clearly highlighted there in amber. And if it was on finance, of course, that would be highlighted in amber, but that's in green. So registered October 2019, maintenance 1120, was on sale the 3rd 2021, and then again on sale, ownership change 0521, so a couple of months after. Had maintenance 0122, and then an MOT on the 10th 2022, and then damage detected 0323, so they really didn't have this one very long. There's your handy little mileage graph there, made up of MOT history and maintenance records held by CarVertical. There's your damage record, so United Kingdom, category S write-off can be repaired. Following the structural damage is repaired and it can be returned to the road as long as it is roadworthy. This check was performed in all of these countries: United Kingdom, US, Germany, Spain, Italy, Austria, Romania, just to name a few. There's a valuation there for this one, so £16,995 was when it was last on sale. You got your specs and equipment now. And then right down the bottom, guys, you've got your 9 helpful tips and tricks of things to check when you're purchasing your vehicle. Also, there's photos of this one listed when it was actually on a car forecourt, a Peugeot main dealership. And as you can see, that first one there is actually our van. I want to thank CarVertical once again for the continued support on the channel. Guys, to benefit from a discount off your check, use the code that's currently up on screen, or the link is in the description. And this is where I popped out and Chris just cracked straight on with getting it on that ramp, getting the wheel arch liner out here on the passenger side and the wheel off. And then he moves on to sliding the dozer underneath. He actually got it all prepared before we brought the van inside the workshop. Straight on it with a dozer here, guys. You've seen us do this before, and I think it speaks for itself. Chris is a master on there, and he said, I'm saving both of them, Rob, before we go home today. Leave it with me, I'll get them done. And there's not a doubt in my mind he is going to get that done, no problem whatsoever. So while Chris is doing that, guys, I just had to pop to the accountants, and I thought, on the off chance, I'm going to ring Eddie. Guys, look what he's got. 2 headlights, and incoming, that's brand new, isn't it?
It's pretty much brand new.
Pretty much brand new front bumper for it. Well, hopefully it's the right one. I'm sure it is. Let's try and get it in now. And then on top of that, it's going to go, oh, it's the right colour. Audi TT rear bumper. But that is going to really help us out. Bumper and 2 headlights. Let's get back to the yard and see how Chris has got the microphones on charge there for a second, guys, but Chris has just sat down to finish his coffee. So good news while I was out there, we got a front bumper like new and a pair of headlights that just want lug repairs from our friend Eddie, which is amazing. Chris got straight to work, got it on the dozer. That cap is now pretty much where you want it. Little bit of fettling left to do, and then of course you got the one the other side, but you can see where this one's folded right back like that. This one is actually nice and straight now. I'm sure he'll get in there. There's a tiny little kick in it there, and he'll get that out. Absolutely perfect. Also, just going through Presco and ordering up all of the other bits. We've got them in the basket and they're pretty much ready to go. So we'll let Chris finish what he's doing now, and then we'll have a look after. Well, he promised he was going to do them before we went home today, and that is exactly what he's done. He has saved both of them, and they're both back where they should be. And not only did he save those, he actually straightened out that rad carrier as well. And he did say that was quite flimsy, and there was a good chance that that was going to be okay. And it is. And it's so nice as well in this video to actually get those headlights, the bumper,
and we've pretty much researched, and I think I've tracked down 99% of the parts for this already. So I will go as far as to say that is pretty much all the damage out of it, and we are now ready to get parts and start the process of actually building this one up and putting it back together. Let's do something a bit special today, Chris. That's the end of the video. Is there anything you want to add? No?
The end.
The end.
The end.